Welcome to the Underground Vault here on Metal Ben's Chronicles, where all things metal lives. That's right, new series we're trying here on the channel, the Underground Vault. So, anyways, for my first pick, it's an album I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while. One of my favorite debuts when it comes to thrash metal debuts. A To me, a very underrated album. I don't hear too many people talk about this one, but this one came out in 1985. I'm talking about the debut by Artillery, Fear of Tomorrow. What a great album. This originally came out on Neat Records. Let's see, my version is a Wax Max reissue. It's got bonus tracks on it, some demo tracks here, Out of the Sky, the demo, Fear of Tomorrow, the demo, and Hey Woman, the demo, which does not originally appear on the album. Either or, you got 9 tracks on this record. So the album was recorded in E Sound Studios in Copenhagen, Denmark. That's right, a Denmark, thrash metal band from Denmark. And thrash metal was fairly new at this time. It's only like 2 years in its existence at this point, mainly known for, the Bay Area, and the East Coast with bands like Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Overkill, Slayer, in the beginning. And it manifested, and thrash metal was still here to this freaking day, thank goodness. Anyways, and obviously you had the Teutonic thrash from Germany, like Creator, Sodom, Tankard, and Destruction, So yeah, Denmark, had Artillery, like I said. And man, what a great debut this is. Now, Artillery, sound-wise, was quite different compared to, I think, the other thrash metal bands, due to the fact I think this band had a doomier edge to it. Definitely a darker, doomier edge, especially on this debut album. I mean, the opening track, Time Has Come, has some doomy riffs in it, Definitely the track King by Name is Slayer. What an ironic title. That one definitely has some doom influences in it. The last track, Deeds of Darkness, definitely has some like Sabbath doom inspired stuff going on. Fear of Tomorrow, the title track, starts off pretty doomy. But yeah, 9 tracks. So Time Has Come, you got The Almighty, you got Show Your Hate, King Thy Name is Slayer, Out of the Sky, Into the Universe, The Eternal Warfare of Tomorrow, and Deeds of Darkness. That's the 9 tracks that are featured on this record. And I gotta say, man, I think all 9 tracks on here are absolutely killer. Production's very raw on here. I mean, the playing's definitely a bit more loose on this album, too. You can definitely tell they're a young band. And it's Infinity, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think this is an excellent debut. Let's talk about the lineup quick. Forgot to mention the lineup. So we got Fleming, Ronsdorf on vocals, Michael Stutzer on lead guitars, Jorgen Sandil on rhythm guitars, and you got Morten Stutzer on bass, and you got Karsten Nielsen on drums. That's pretty much the lineup. And there was 4 demos prior to this. I got to look up the demos quick here again, because my memory ain't always the greatest at memorizing crap. Got to get better at writing shit down sometimes, I guess. Okay. Just hold on 1 minute. Now the demos did have a different lead vocalist. I will tell you that. In fact, the first demo had a guy named Per Oink. Oink, however you pronounce his name. It's a weird name. So the first demo was called We Are the Dead. It was released in 1983. The second demo was Shell Shock. The third demo was Deeds of Darkness, and they did another demo, ironically titled Fear of Tomorrow. You know, and there's some tracks on these demos that are not on the debut album, obviously. So it's really interesting. I've heard all the demos; they're all really good. I really enjoy them. So yeah, I believe the other vocalist was. I'm looking it up here. Karsten Lawman was the other vocalist. Karsten Lawman. Lyman, however you pronounce his name. I'm not Swedish, so I don't know. So that was the vocalist before Fleming, you know. And that's pretty much your lineup. I mean, what to expect on this record? The guitar, the leads on this record are definitely more shreddy. I think the leads will get more melodic on future Artillery albums, you know. And you can definitely hear a Merciful Fate influence in this music by far. I can hear influences of Merciful Fate, Black Sabbath to an extent. Like I said, it's doomier. It's a little different compared to the other thrash metal bands that were coming up at the time. I think it is. And I can honestly hear stuff on here that, kind of influence death metal, like with some of the slow, doomy parts, You could definitely hear it, and they were definitely using a different tuning. They weren't in standard tuning. To me, it sounds like they're using drop D tuning on this. I mean, yeah, it's definitely got a heavier, rawer punch to it. I definitely recommend checking this debut album out. And in leaving, we're going to play a track from this. That's right, we're going to play a track from this album in leaving. So, yeah, we're going to play the last track on here, Deeds of Darkness, because to me, it's a perfect interpretation of what this band sounds like and how I described it, with the doominess, the thrashiness, and the Merciful Fate like time signatures. And obviously, they're Denmark. They're from Denmark too, so they're going to have those influences. And yeah, let's talk about the vocals real quick before I forget. The vocals are definitely very raspy, kind of like in the Udio Dirk Snyder way. But to me, this guy definitely has his own voice. You know, I've never heard a vocalist that quite sounds like, Fleming. Like the vocalists they would get after this are definitely more power metal sounding and more melodic. This guy has a raspier voice. I guess in a way too, you could kind of compare him to David Wayne of Metal Church. You know, so yeah, a lot of similarities. Even this album, you could kind of compare it to that first Metal Church album and parts and aspects. Anyways, that's my review here on The Underground Vault, Ep.1. And we're going to leave you with an artillery track to end this review. Stay tuned for more. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep it metal.